so freaking easy. And I've been trying to do this for so many years, And so stores hope in what is achievable. So I had sticky baby weight that had not been coming off, and it was just kind of driving me crazy. And so I really wanted to get back to pre-baby weight, and that was very hard to do as I get older. And so Charles helped me accomplish this, which I'm very excited about. I just wanted to be healthy and, set a good example for my family as well, for my children. And so I've always been conscientious of good health, nutrition, and so wanted to get back fit where I was before marriage and before children. So the program's good. It works. Usually I actually, with my work, I kind of skip meals because I like to get my work done, but this kind of has trained me the importance of doing, feeding your body kind of to go along with what you're doing in your day. And so it has helped a lot in my work schedule. And then, as anything you kind of do in life, once you kind of schedule it and plan it and incorporate it into your daily life, then it just becomes part of your daily life. Yes, I think 20 to 30 pounds is what we have clocked at. I just feel better, right? It's always a mental game with weight gain and weight loss. And so just kind of having that fine balance, but, also kind of spreading it to my children in the sense of like, Charles approve of this, right? And so this is the talk. Is that Charles approved? And so, and talking about a lifestyle change, not diet, but lifestyle change with the family, and just kind of having that as part of our, in our household. And so everyone kind of, participates in it a little bit, but it just, you just feel better, I think. And I think just the mental of like, this weight's finally off of me is really what the big gain for me was. So I always exercise. That wasn't an issue, but I think I definitely was not eating enough. And I think that's the first thing you do is when you think you need to lose weight is you do a calorie deficit. And I think just kind of having, the every 3 hours to eat definitely keeps you from being so starving to the point that you just kind of eat whatever's in front of you. And I think kind of knowing what to eat is also half the problem when you're trying to decide what to eat. I just know that for lunch, I'm going to eat this. I can meal prep and get this ready. And then for dinner, this is this. And, again, I love that my family eats with us, kind of the meal prep that we do. And so we meal prep for everybody. And so I think just half the battle is just knowing what you should eat. And that really has eliminated a lot of guessing and kind of thought process to that. And so that makes life a lot easier. Well, I think, if you really want to make change for yourself, you have to take the time for yourself. And honestly, meal prepping's not hard. Probably the biggest thing is we grill the chicken on Sunday, and so we have it for the week. I don't cook it every day just because I don't have that kind of time. It may vary for other people, and so I think it's not hard. You just have to take the time, 5, 10, 15 minutes to kind of meal prep in the morning, or if it's in the evening, if I know I'm going to be in a rush in the morning. But I think it's important people, especially moms, kind of forget about themselves along the way and don't take the time for themselves. And my kids know I give them the time, and they'll come and help me, and we'll make sandwiches together for their lunches or whatever. And so I think you have to do that, right? You have to take the time, and you have to take time for the exercise. I give so much time to my kids and to my family. They are happy for me. So they are proud of me, and they're happy for me. And so they know I have to go do my treadmill. So you guys, and they'll come work out in the, in our workout area or whatever while I'm doing my treadmill. So, and as a physician, you set an example for your patients, right? And I think the thing is I carry my weight well, so people don't really know if I didn't, till the end, they didn't notice if I've lost weight or not. And so, but, when you feel good, you can encourage your patients, especially for weight loss. It's very, can be very, I'm looking for, kind of just hard to do and, discouraging patients and just kind of, doing what you need to do. But I always tell them, I was like, you have to take ownership of what you need to do as well. I've always been hesitant to do medications. I've always worried about side effects, even though, and then worried if I stop the drugs, will I regain the weight? And I'm like, I naturally gain this. Why can't I naturally lose it? And so, and I understand a lot of patients are on these drugs, and I don't poo-poo them because that's what works for them. But for me, I just really wanted some natural way to do it. And, having other kids, I have lost the the weight naturally in the past. I was just stuck on this last kid with the baby weight. And so, yeah, for me, it was just, I was worried about side effects. And I was like, if I can't come back from that side effect, right? And so maybe that's too extreme. But for me, I was really worried about side effects. And then if I did stop the drugs, I would just gain the weight back. And so I didn't want to be a part of that. Well, I think they should come see you, Charles, for sure. Because I've done all the exercising and the weightlifting. And I did CrossFit for 5 years and, very calorie controlled, and really with working with you, the weight just kind of came off. And I was like, why is this so freaking easy? And I've been trying to do this for so many years, And so stores hope in what is achievable. You just have to stick to it and put in the effort. So no, you have to take ownership. You just have to do what you need to do. It works if you do what you need to do. So it's just a simple equation, honestly. Because I was like, oh, I know I'm gonna see Charles. I gotta be so good, So yes, they definitely work. I think how the weight just came off. I was just shocked, like it just came off, and I wasn't ever really hungry in the meal plan. I will say I like variety, so that was a little bit tougher to deal with for me. And I think maybe more of the females struggle with this, but I just could not believe how the weight, I had spent so many years trying to get this weight off, and this weight, it came off so easily. I was kind of shocked. So, and then I never really felt hungry in the process. So.